Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's weekly musings is Your Inner GPS. I'm doing a series of weekly musings, and I'm using posts on my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, I wrote these a while ago, and the world has completely changed since then. However, I am finding this information to be evergreen and really pertinent for today. I will summarize the topic at the very end based on everything that's going on in the world today. I also have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. Your Inner GPS. One of the confusing things about being an empath is that you feel other people's emotions inside you. Sometimes I'll feel them coming from outside, usually moving in from one side or another, but their emotional communication will pop up inside as well. It's one thing to have the neighbor's music coming in through the walls of your apartment. It's another to have it playing inside your own head. I had something like this happen yesterday, a burst of anger inside. There was no external trigger, no thought that preceded it. If I'd been operating unconsciously, I'd have thought it was me. It could have influenced my actions. Instead, I noticed it. I discerned whether it was male or female and scanned the possible origins. Was it response to a Facebook post? An email? It's more challenging to identify when I don't know them or they're not in direct contact with me, but they're thinking of me for some reason. Sometimes it can take days, weeks, or months for it to become clearer who it was. When you're navigating from consciousness, you steer by responding, not reacting. Sometimes the best response is waiting for the truth to be revealed, waiting for inspiration. I've been having fun with the frequency of consciousness, which doesn't feel like a color or a temperature, simply the energy of clarity and focus. It feels amazing, expansive, and joyous. When strong emotions show up, I bring more consciousness to them, and they dissipate. There's so many levels to the game of life. You can walk through it as if everything is real, take everything personally, react as if things happen to you. You can go through as if nothing is real. Take nothing personally. Respond when you feel like it. Take action when you're motivated. And then there are many variations in between. As consciousness, we are all one. But in the physical realm, there are many individuals generating ideas, projecting emotions. Thoughts and feelings are ping-ponging all over. It's a different way of navigating life. When you operate as consciousness, there's no one predictable outcome. Possibilities become endless. It's shifting from walking to flying. Regardless of where you are in the moment or what you think is about to happen, you can completely change your direction simply by shifting your perspective. And by bringing in consciousness, it unlocks more opportunities to choose from. Here are a couple ways to play with consciousness. Start by sitting still and imagine bringing in consciousness. Don't define what it is. Just notice what happens when you do. Now, you can also have consciousness come from within and radiate outwards. Notice what that is like. You may experience this as feelings, or see this as vibrations, or hear this as frequencies. It may bring things up in your body as physical sensations, or emotions, or thoughts. Keep bringing in consciousness and notice what changes. Once you're familiar with doing this, you can play with doing it while driving, while at work, while interacting with others. Try this for the next week and see what happens. And let me know in the comments below when you do. I'd love to read your comments. So I think that this is actually very valuable for what's going on in the world today, because there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of threatening things going on. And how do we navigate that without completely losing ourselves or becoming completely entangled in our own trauma? So doing something as simple as allowing consciousness in or radiating consciousness out can completely transform your reality. And it's not that you become numb to what's going on in the outside, but you have greater clarity and you're able to respond rather than react and navigate from clarity rather than confusion. And the world really needs as many of us as possible to navigate that way, to radiate consciousness and to come from an inner sense of calm, because it really benefits and helps others. It doesn't negate where they're coming from, but it can provide a reassuring transition to a stronger state of being. So if you like these videos, please share them with your family and friends and on your social media. And please click the heart button, the thumbs up button, like or subscribe. And that way you're telling the algorithm to share this far and wide and get this out to someone who really needs this information. And if you want a free sample of one of my consciousness techniques, click on the link below to the skybox technique. It'll give you a drone's eye perspective of what's going on in your life and the world today. And if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, click on the link below to the skybox technique. It'll give you tools and techniques to be able to navigate your world world as consciousness yourself. And if you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. There you can find out about my individual sessions and my coaching specials. So go to joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you next week in another Weekly Musings.